friends, my fellow students, fellow classmates, and everybody. I love you all. So sometimes in life I try to advise the youth of my own generation, for I know I'm not perfect myself. But certain times in life, when we try to look at things, we try to reflect our memory, we realize in certain facts that our parents did their past and we have to do our future. This is a land of opportunity, but you can't force someone to make this opportunity for themselves, for you just give them as an opinion for them to reflect on and make a choice. For choice is the biggest thing that we the youth of today fail to understand, in that aspect that the choice we make determine the back and forth of our life. So my brothers and sisters, what I always try to tell my generation is, I know we are not perfect. I know the generation today, our parents, some of them say, oh, we are bad kids. I don't blame them any point, because we make those choices to give them that room to blame us because we don't do things right. We need each other as youth, advice from each other, for we don't know better than anybody else. We have to help each other hand in hand. So I have certain things that I always try to put in mind. Like this one, I always say, behaving yourself. See, remember when your parents or teachers used to say, will you please behave? Really, what they are telling you is, get it together. Put a check. Control your emotions. It's amazing how emotion can work in our favor or work totally against us. It goes without saying that most people don't know how to respond in a positive way when life's challenges confront them. You can tell by the increase of violence in our country or in our society today. Statistics demonstrate that. Most people don't know how to deal with rejection, substance abuse, physical or mental abuse, divorce, getting laid off of a job, broken promises, or worst of all, the death of a loved one. Most people don't know how to respond to the fact that we are faced with situations like this in our society today. When bad things happen to you in life that you don't feel like you deserve it, you want to fight back. But using your hands or weapon will reduce the fact that, or will reduce the fact or the level of this problem. You must remember that you are greater than anything else that may confront you. You are bigger than your circumstances. You cannot allow your emotions to kick you off the race. So I always have this little aspect that I always try to make people understand, that until you master your emotion, your life will be like a roller coaster. Your problems can never be solved if you are controlled totally by emotions. Anytime you base a decision strictly upon your emotion and not your heart or your head, you are in for trouble. Instead of placing emphasis on finding the right person, spend more time of you being the right person. For it is yourself. You know yourself better than anybody else. Don't let someone else's negative opinion of you become your reality. Break that cycle of the past and be a transcender for the future. You don't have to respect the same mistake, or you don't have to repeat the same mistake all the time. To start taking drugs is like saying, I don't have enough problems, because that is adding enough problems in your life. Or going astray, or making a bad decision, or not focusing in school, or not paying attention, trying to rely more on parents. Try to be yourself. Try to make those things yourself. Try to build those futures yourself. Violence, racism, drugs, teenage pregnancy, AIDS, illiteracy, death, the homeless have no color. This simply prey upon people who have no purpose or value in life. For you determine what your life can be. If gang violence, teen sex, illiteracy and use of drugs and alcohol are supposed to be a part of life. Then why at the end of prison? Then why at the end prison, death, pregnancy, AIDS, unemployment, shame, and humiliation is the end result that we have from going through all these things. So my fellow youth, I always say to myself, look at the mirror. When you look at that mirror, what do you see? You see yourself. So you are the best teacher for your life. For my mom told me this once. You are the best teacher for your life. When you reflect yourself in the mirror, nobody will teach you to be a man. If your parents did their past, you have to do your future. For your kids, rely on you. For the foundation you lay for your kids today, that is what they will reflect on for their own future. But if you don't make any foundation for them, then they will be lost, because they won't have anything to work on, because their parents, which you are as a youth right now, is not doing anything to change that fact, to put that foundation for them to be people tomorrow. If you are following someone who is going nowhere, then guess what? You will end up nowhere. Stop hanging around a zero and start looking for a hero. Instead of looking for a role model, try to be one yourself. For that is who your kids will rely on. For right now, you are trying to reflect that role model which your parents were. If your parents didn't lay a foundation for you to go to school today, or for you to have this study, these opportunities, then you won't have one. I always say, I'm from Africa, I'm from West Africa, where we don't have a lot of opportunities to go to school, where we have to work hard to get that money to go to school. In America today, we have financial aid, we have Medicaid, we have Medicare. We have a lot of opportunities that will help a youth be who he or she wants to be in future. Why can't we take those opportunities? Why should we let gang violence, rape, unemployment, drinking take a role or make the choice for our future? We should stand up and make those choices ourselves. We should stand up and be not those zeros, but heroes for the future. For the youths of today are the leaders of tomorrow. Nobody can change that fact, but it can be changed if we don't make a stand on that and be those role models or be those heroes and lay a foundation for our future. For if we make the negative choices not to go to school, not to use the opportunity that we have right now to get a decent and profound education, then we are going nowhere. Brothers and sisters, my fellow students, I'm like you, no difference. But we have to start right now and say stop to all those negativity and put a start to positivity, for that is what we need. I love you all. That was Eric Bison.